Okay. Welcome to the last hour of round two. It's very exciting games today. We have been looking at the games, and some of them are already finished, but we have still some very exciting games going on. And I'm Carl Fredrik.
And I'm Jon Ulver.
And we are the Swedish Icelandic team commenting on the last hour. In the coming rounds we have different commentators each round, and we start 2 hours before the game ends. So next round 3 will be starting at, let's see, so I say this right, 1800 hours, 6 o'clock in this afternoon. That's round 3. Okay. All right, now let's go through the games that are still going on. We start at the top. We can just refresh this one. This is Jakub Kusa, Jungmin Seo. Jakub Kusa is a young player from Czech Republic. He was here last year too, and he was then he was young. He's still young. He was kind of small, very modest guy, and not so high rated. He's like 2200, something like that. Okay,
not that high. Yeah.
in this tournament, it's not that high.
Yeah.
But he still came third place. So he made a fantastic tournament. And Jungmin Seo, his opponent here, he came fourth in that tournament. So it was from last year top meeting, and they met in round 2 already. And Jungmin Seo is also the Swedish champion for this year. So he won the Swedish championship for everybody.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. So he's a very good player, and Jakub Kusa, of course, also is. Now he's better than last year, and probably he will be competing for the title this year. Yeah, we can just see if something happened. We haven't checked the game yet. This is kind of an old version of King's Indian Defense, you see, with G3. They know so much more about this variation than I do. So if I happen to say something about the opening, it's probably not right. But I think I can be representing the more normal chess player that is active, and maybe you are the normal chess enthusiast and viewer. Is that
probably?
Okay?
Yeah. I mean, for me, the only thing I know about the King's Indian is I want to push as many pawns to the middle. That's all I do.
Yeah. No, it's different thing you do. This is the center in the center squares. I call it the King's Indian center, typical King's Indian center. Sometimes in King's Indian, of course, the center is open and it has many different. But this is a very, very typical kind of center where you it's closed and you cannot go through. It's impossible to go through the center, so you have to go. If you want to attack your opponent or do anything, you have to do it on queenside or queenside. Inside. And there are so many exceptions, and from everything because it's chess. But normally you can, if you want to have an idea of where to play, you can follow think of the pawns in the center as arrows.
Yeah, exactly.
And you see the black arrows are pointing from this kind down to the right.
Yeah.
And then he probably should play on the king side. And white is arrowing
to the queen side,
up to the left, and it's probably want to play on the queen side.
Yeah.
But of course, I don't know. This is things I say that applies to many King's Indian positions and opening variations.
Yeah.
I try to refrain from saying anything about this one. All right, he's able to play b5 early, and that
seems aggressive.
Yeah, but it's aggressive. He's taking some space on the queen side. The queen on a5 is helping him to do that. Okay, this is everything seems normal. Bishop a6 is possible. No, I have this. I don't want to have this. How can you take that away?
I have no idea.
I don't want to show. That I don't want to show, and that I don't want to show. All right,
there we go.
So So now, because that is the computer is, it's what do you say? It's a good servant, but a bad lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should if you trust. That is when I train the kids in chess. I try to make them not use the computer as a god of what the position is, because if you don't understand why the computer is saying this or that, then it makes no sense for you. Okay, he can, because you know the
computers can often have like very specific lines where if you stray away from it, then you're just doomed, and it's very difficult for a low-rated player.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, of course, if you give it time and give it, you say, okay, now I want to understand why the computer says this or that. Of course, then it might be possible to do that, and then if you do that, you get so much extra from the computer. So you should the computer is not stupid. It's stupid, but I mean, it's very very useful if you use it right.
Yeah.
But now I disconnected that so we don't get distracted. Let's see, he's playing on here. Let's see. B4 is what he wants to play, but the queen is a bit.
He isn't exactly happy.
Nah, but I mean, let's see. White's pieces are a bit strange, but if he can get out with the knight on d2 somewhere, and then the other knight, and then everything is okay, and probably he can get some tempi with the queen, because it's a bit out, it's far away. Knight b3 is one of an idea of that kind. You see, and change, and now all of a sudden it's much easier to get out with the knight and the bishop, and then it's a normal game. But still, black is ahead in development in a King's Indian. That's not so normal. It's normally that black has like a bit, you know, in lack of terrain and like that.
Yeah.
So okay, and the pawn on b4 is not possible to move. So that is one pawn. Should be good. I don't know why it's not, but. And that is so. Look at this position. Little Jacob is 1 pawn ahead.
Yeah.
And it's probably good. I cannot see why it's not good. The pawn on b2 is threatened. Is it possible to defend the pawn?
I mean, I guess rook e2.
A rook e2, then the bishop. The bishop on a6. The bishop on a6 is that's a great bishop, but the only way to defend it is to play either rook a2. It's maybe a bit strange here.
Oh yeah.
It's possible. I don't know if it's good. It's very strange to do that, but still it's a pawn. Maybe it's possible to play b4. I don't know.
It seems okay.
Because you know, if you take
and then take the pawn, queen
and
cannot
takes and the bishop.
Yeah.
So that's not possible.
No.
So, but I mean, that here and but then you know, it's this is it's very good. This
absolutely
is no. It's very good for black, I think.
Yeah.
So maybe rook a2. I don't know. He played bishop. Now let's go through this, and now it's changing some. Yeah, and it's an ending. Both players have a bishop. That's bad. It's had quite some problems. With the close center, you see if you have pawns on the same color as the bishop.
Yeah.
It's
just impossible.
It's very hard to move it. But now, let's see. It was a draw. It was a draw. It was interesting game. We take it through here. This is Milton Pansar playing against Victoria Radeva. Victoria is a good player. Oh shit! Now something happened here. Victoria is a good player from Bulgaria. She was playing here last year too, and she I don't know, she's rated about 2350 or something. So she's good. And Milton Pansar is is the only international master. No, not the only one. One or two international masters we have under 20 years old in Sweden. The other one is Jungmin Seo, so playing on the first board. So it's, so they are the best players, and he's born 2001, so it's last year playing this tournament. Yeah, and he's playing against Victoria, and some Semislav opening. Also, I mean, I have seen Milton Pansar talking about openings, and when he do that, and he does talk about openings, I understand how little I know, because he has done what we talked about before, used the computer to study everything, and uses for his benefit, and learned what's right, what's wrong. Yeah. And then you just, that is knowledge you can incorporate and just use. You don't have to understand everything. You just have to understand some things. Yeah. This is what they play here. I mean, I see. I have seen this opening played a lot. With this knight is there instead of moving. Instead of moving like this, you go there. But it's then if you're here, you have control of e4, and if you're here, you have control of d4. So now many arrows, but it's probably just it's probably just different variations. So, but if Milton plays it, it's probably better. so it's like that, and
seems pretty difficult for Victoria.
Yeah, so far, but that's not
it's just the opening.
No, I mean, it's not just the opening exactly, and this is a good center. You know, this is having all this taken care of. So normally, Black wants to play c5 or e5 or something like that to disturb the center. Let's see what she's doing. She's playing like this. C5 came. You see, you have, normally you have to do one of those moves. If you don't do that, it's all of a sudden you're just cramped and you cannot do anything. It's like that. So you probably have to do one of those moves. But then, of course, you get other stuff. He can play d5, and she plays that and that. Boom. Okay. Threatens mate. You see, almost mate. It's mate in two. So you have to react on that. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Is that the best? Yeah, maybe it is.
I would have thought maybe g6.
What happens if you play g6? Is it,
Oh yeah.
It's very. It's you have to be careful here. Now, but I mean that is exactly the point with those moves. In this case, I don't know. Of course, he understands this would not be a mate, but she has to put the king on the bad square.
Yeah.
A king's move. You don't want to do king's move into the center. That's not what you want to do. And he took a pawn. Rooks changed, and now g6 is possible. And now probably she argues that the queen is badly placed.
But what about bishop takes g6?
Bishop takes g6, interesting. Let's see.
Because you can't take it.
Yeah, you can do that, right?
Oh.
You can do that. Because then...
Oh yeah, the queen is protected.
The queen's protected, and this one. And if you do this, you can always do something like this. And it's... you don't have anything to do here. It's just everything is defended by black.
Yeah.
You have two bishops, that's very good, and you have a piece more. Maybe you have 3 pawns here, but it will not matter. But of course, when you do stuff, when you make a move like g6, you always have to take into account that it's possible to sacrifice, because if it's possible to do that in some way, then you're maybe lost immediately. So.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. So he's playing h4. Interesting. Is there something else here? I don't know that. I don't know if there's something else here. It's very interesting. No, now let's see. We go ahead.
Yeah.
Bishop d2. Yeah. It's always, of course, possible to take on d5 or take on c4. Black can take on c4. But they can choose when they do that.
No.
Yeah. And the small things, these players are so good that the small things are very important.
Yeah.
In this case, you can. Black is probably happy that she has the two bishops, and white has bishop and knight.
Yeah.
It's not a very big difference, but it's a small but significant. Can be significant. The more open the game is, the
more
the
powerful
position.
the bishops are.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
so black wants to do that. That is what she wants to do. Maybe the pawn on h4 can be a weakness. Maybe it can go to h5 soon and starting to make
some sort of
trouble for black.
Yeah.
But it's still now they are they're equal in material, so it's so she was the one who took first c4, and the bishop's good placed on c4. Yeah, she wants to. Okay, and that also, since she has the two bishops, she probably argues from herself that I want to change queens and rooks because if they're gone, my bishops against the bishop and knight are better. The difference is bigger than so. And let's see here now. H5 was played. Yeah, exactly as we said. But that is played with a sacrifice of an exchange. So that's really necessary. In this position, the rook here is threatened. Was it possible to take here? Was it? No? Here?
Seems... no, of course not, because the rook, yeah.
Exactly. So that's right. So good. So that's why she moved the rook first, and then he sacrificed this exchange. He probably has something interesting in mind. Let's see what's going on here. Queen takes e4, and then all right, rook e7. Okay, I don't know. Check. I'm defending. Take a pawn. And take that pawn. All right. Let's see where are we now? We are. We have a rook, black's rook against a white knight and a pawn.
Yeah.
The bishop on c4 is a good one. You see, it's very hard to get rid of that. It can be put if you let's see if you put the pawn here.
Yeah.
Then that move is never possible, and that this bishop is stuck there. It can be there for the whole game if you want to, and that is a good one because it's like pointing to the king. Exactly. And the only way to get rid of it is to sacrifice the exchange back. So that is maybe something good, but. That said, knight e2, all right. Bishop e5, okay. Now it's threatening something, is it? This is the threat. Black has a very hard threat.
Yes, of course.
You have to be careful now. So you have to be careful. It's cheapo, but okay. G3, yeah. Now you don't have to be in a hurry here. Black is playing because everything is defended. But you have always to keep an eye on the pawn on f7.
Yeah.
And here we are now. This is game live, and all right.
It's definitely an interesting position.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is. I cannot see anything else but a small advantage for black, but probably very small. I don't know. So no, because you have to find a way to win the game. you have to find a way to win the game. And if let's say if white is not doing anything at all, let's say nothing at all.
Yep.
I can choose whenever I want to do it. I make a move, but black can do moves until then. All right, you can. But as soon as you get away from the defense of, there comes check. Okay, check. Now it's just one move too. This pawn has to be defended all the time.
Yeah.
So you have to find a way of, check. Okay, maybe probably she's happy with the draw here.
Yeah.
And I cannot see an idea why he shouldn't be too. So maybe this is just ending soon.
Would seem like that.
You know, since this has to be defended, one piece, either a rook or a queen, is stuck to defend the pawn.
Yeah.
And then you cannot use it to mate or do something bad to white. Then, so it's hard. Maybe of course you can do stuff like this. Go here and there. Oh, oops, there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Here.
Seems Victoria doesn't want to draw.
No, okay, that's good. I like that. I like that very much because she believes she has a favorable position, and I think so too, but not so much. All right, let's go on. We can go down to something here. Let's see what we have. We have this game. I think we should take a look at. This is our grandmaster, Aryan Gholami. He's a nice guy from Iran, lives in Turkey, is going to university in Turkey.
Amazing.
Yes. He's 19 years old, or 20 soon, and Grandmaster 2500. So he's the rating favorite, of course, and the first Grandmaster we have in this junior tournament. You know, this is the eighth time we played this junior tournament, 8th year in a row, and this is the first Grandmaster. And he's playing Hugo Wernberg. A guy from Stockholm. He's not so old. He's I think he is 15. He should be 15, yeah. And it's like something like 2300. So he's a good player. I mean, let's see what happened here. We take it quite fast here. The opening is, it's. Kind of an opening that you play if you're a grandmaster and you don't you don't want to go, because these young guys, they know an opening variation like 20 moves, and then they'll blitz it out and know everything, and he believes, okay, I'm better than my opponent, then I should have a position with the pieces on good squares, and it doesn't matter if it has been the perfect variation or played 1,000 times before. But this one, bishop c4, here. Am I blind, or is it possible to do the old trick where I teach my students to take this one, and you take back, and then play this, and that you sacrifice a piece, and then you get it back immediately, and something like this, and here. Because if you do this, you have an idea of, like, do you see that?
Yeah.
How about that?
It's pretty brutal.
I don't know. Maybe you can do it. You can do after this one. Maybe you don't. So that's not possible, I think. Maybe you have to do this instead.
Yeah.
And take it back in this way. Yeah, you have to do that. But then one more time, the two bishops. I would have played that. I would definitely have played that if I were black. If I'm not missing anything very, 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 very simple.
Yeah.
But okay, he didn't do that. He played e5.
Okay.
Which is a normal move. That is what you do. You want to do something in the center, because otherwise white is just crushing you.
Exactly.
And changing some pieces. That's good. G5. That is a very committal move. You commit when you do this, because pawns can never go back.
Yeah.
so if you do that, you really need to know what you're doing. It also makes it a little harder for this bishop to get out.
Exactly.
otherwise, probably not in this position. I mean, you can have, I mean, moves like that. It's not in this position, but if you do that, it's a very committal move. And okay, it's
Yes.
it is, but that is the point. Of course, you play that, and you win the bishop pair again. I talked a lot about the bishop pair. You don't want the bishop pair. He played the bishop e6, so then the bishop pair is not interesting anymore. That's good place for the knight.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
let's see. We do like that. And white, of course, this is a typical grandmaster move. No, not because it's good or bad or anything. I don't know about that because I'm not so good. But not changing queens because yesterday he played a good game. His opponent played a good game.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden the pieces were changing pieces all the time, and then I just have one more pawn and a rook end game, and it was a draw. And I think he was a bit disappointed about that. So the more pieces the grandmaster keeps on the board, the more chances he has to trick his opponent.
Yeah.
He changes the one pair of rooks, and then you
H4.
attack. Yeah, but that's a normal move.
Yeah,
It's a normal move when you have the pawns like this. You make something because black can almost never take like that.
Yeah.
Because this is strange.
There is a saying: leave a grandmaster alone for a long enough time, and he will play h4.
That's a good idea. And then you have, I don't know. This is not in this position, but Bent Larsen, the Danish grandmaster, he had this saying: if you should never play h4 without playing h5. h4 without h5 it's meaningless. So because he thought the pawn should be pushed, and that is also exactly what this AlphaZero computer is playing.
Yeah.
They have taught the chess world to play h4, h5, h6, and push the opponent together.
Exactly.
That is not the case in this
No.
this case. This is a normal move to attacking g5. Bishop d6. Let's see. That's a good. That's a very good square. That's a very good square for.
Square.
And also when the white, the white squared bishop is gone, it's harder to get that away. And it was that way. You don't want to play that, but maybe you have to. I don't know. So let's see. Bum, bum, bum. And this is they move the pieces around. I think white is just better here because the black bishop is worse than if you can compare pieces. Okay, this is good, of course, something good for black, but check the squares.
I mean, nothing is available.
Exactly, nothing is available. There is some problems maybe on d3 or d2, but at this time there's nothing available. And the knights, I don't know, maybe the same. The queens, maybe about the same.
I'd say the white knight is better. It has access to the outpost square, while the dark knight or black knight has d1 or d8 and d6.
Yeah, you have a good point, and I maybe agree with you. You could argue that if you try to play knight f5, then it's possible just to do that and maybe exchange something. But my point is that the big difference is the bishop. I think the bishops. I think this is knocking on wood here. So this is that is a big difference. All right, and king g2 just improving the pieces, and also that is a very good move because if white is putting his pawns on white squares, then black has to have them on the black squares, and he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
So now all the black pawns are on black squares, and I normally call this is just a big pawn. So it can defend the pawns, but it cannot go through them. It's impossible to go through them.
Yeah.
So let's see if that is something. Now it's not a good outpost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a fantastic position for white. And if I were black, I would be very hard. It would be very hard looking for some counterplay here.
Yes.
C4. Normally you should be careful with that because you leave D4 open.
Yeah.
But is it possible to get to D4 in an easy way for the knight? No. You cannot go from here because
the pawn defense.
So the only place is from E6, and then you have to go like this.
Yeah.
And if you can do that in one move,
that would be
that would be beautiful, and the black position might be kind of okay.
Yeah.
But that's, of course, you don't do that. And okay, he's trying. Yeah, let's see if he's doing that. Oh, H5. That is. Oh, it's very. Oh, this is not. Oh, I don't like that. Ooh, now it's just time for the grandmaster to make some work, and he takes that one. He takes back. Ah, right. It's very good. It's very hard now to because you take that and you just take back, and this position, white is a pawn up, and this one is yours, and this is yours. Oh, sorry, and this is yours, and everything is no. It's really hard here to survive so many moves.
Also, just where can black move? I mean, not a lot of
exactly.
free
Yeah,
spaces.
exactly. It might. I mean, you might.
Yeah.
You might try to do this, but look at this one, and where to go. Here is the only. Here you can do O2, yeah, but then ka-ching,
yeah.
It's not possible.
It's just.
And if you go here, then this one, I think it's very close to winning.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately. Let's see here, and maybe. How about that checkmate?
Absolutely beautiful.
so it's nice. Let's see. So no, yeah, you can do that. Let's see. It's and just a few moves from here. Bishop away.
Yeah.
And rook check. Yeah, okay, that's what's happened. It's that check, and then okay, black
So
resigned, of
brutal.
course. It's brutal. It's okay. Yeah. Let's see here what we have. We have. I can check some games in the bottom too. We have one game going on.
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting. No, this is not so interesting. It should be a draw. It's probably ending a draw very soon. And we have. I'm looking for some upsets. If there are some upsets in the tournament. This is the only one. It might be an upset. I don't know if it's not so much. Adam Frank is one of the Czech guys. It's interesting. We have one Adam Frank here, and we have an Anton Frank.
Yeah.
And Adam Frank is from Czech Republic. Anton Frank is from Uppsala.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and when we put this on in the broadcast on Chess 24 and whatever,
Yeah.
they mix everything up because this is A Frank, and there's also another Anton Frank from Czech Republic. He's not here, but he exists. So everything was mixed up. So, but still, Adam Frank from Czech Republic is a very good player. Anton is very good too, but he's in the beginning stage of his career, of course. So he will be happy this tournament if he just gets 1 or 2 points. Adam Frank, he is definitely looking for more than that. So he's playing Kan Küçüksarı, and Kan is from Sweden. He's a Turkish guy from origin, but lives in Lund, Skåne.
Oh, yeah.
And he is, I don't know, 2350 rated, something like that. Is a very good player. Very good knowledge in the openings, and when you see him play, we have some videos on our channel too, and we on Monday, the day after tomorrow, on Monday, we'll publish a video with where Tiger Hillarp, the Grandmaster, is commenting on one of his games, and then he talks about the Swedish young guys, and one of the things he has to say about them is that they are, if you compare to the old guys, he's an old guy, he's like me.
Yeah, I've met
So
him.
and they are so good playing, fighting in positions that are not good.
Yeah.
If they come like if they come behind in the opening, they are worse. And if I play, and if that is what Tiger says about himself, oh, it's a bad position, and something happens with you, and you take decisions that are not make decisions that are not so good.
Yeah.
But they're just playing on. No, this is my position. I play. It's not. What can I do? All right. So he's praising Khan because of that, and it's also a good knowledge in the openings.
I mean, you have to have spirit. So.
Yeah. Of course. But I mean, it's very emotional. I mean, you get a good position, bad position, blah blah blah. So. Yeah. Let's see. All right. This is the old Sicilian. Classic Sicilian, what do you call it?
Yeah.
Richter Raus or something like that. Queen D2, A6, and castles. And here I know you can play H6. It was modern when I was young, so yeah, I don't know. It was something, you could play something like this, H6 here, and then something you could take here, and here, but then I take there, and if I take here, I can take here. So this was something, and therefore you play queen to e3, queen to f4, and then you just play that. You did something like it was very modern, but probably these guys, they know what they're doing, so they play bishop d7, also an old move. So I think this is a position that has been played many times ago. Many times before.
Yeah.
So no shit. Now I did it wrong again. I'm doing that sometimes. So let's see. Okay. Like that. Okay. So and we play b5.
I don't think I've ever seen this opening.
No, but this is very standard Sicilian.
Yeah.
And you have to know it, of course, by heart. You have to love it, and you also have to know the moves, know the variations, because if you make one mistake here, this is not exactly as sensitive as when you play the Najdorf, for example, the Dragon, because if you play those variation, one move is almost disaster immediately.
Yeah.
In this variation, you might have two chances, but still, it's a queenside castling for white and kingside castling for black, and attack on the kings. That is what normally happens. And you see this position, they haven't used any time. They are 134. That's more time. 4 wins more than they had from the beginning. So they're blitzing out the moves, and this is 10 moves. E5 and b4. It's still very normal.
There we go.
Very normal. Now this was the first move. He thought some minutes. But I think still this is very normal moves. You have to play this when b takes g3, queen takes, of course, and the pawn takes back the pawn there, and then this is interesting. All right, let's see. I thought you had to move the bishop, but of course you don't have to move the bishop because you cannot take the bishop because you see the rook. Yeah, exactly. But still, this is probably something that White had prepared, I think. He played it in 3 minutes, and I don't think you do that if you don't know it before.
And I mean, Khan still has an hour 35.
Yeah, it's very strange. But all right,
okay.
18 minutes on e5. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Okay, we take it away. And now this is black probably has made the decision that my king has to be in the center.
Yeah,
I cannot do castling on either side. I have to stay here, and then I have to make my king's position as safe as it is. And this is a problem, of course, with this square here.
Yeah.
Because if you can put something here, or this knight is quite far away from there. But if you can do something with d5 or at least block d5 in total, then this bishop and this bishop is terrible.
Exactly.
So now he plays d5.
Okay.
Anyway, I mean, it's possible to take it, of course, but then, and here. So it's it's clever. And if you play that, that's tactical reason. And then you have all of a sudden the bishop is away. But what you do then, the king is a little bit less safe. So you get the worst and you get the good with the bad. And now, of course, Queen B3, and that's when he's doing that. He says, okay, it might be that I cannot try to win with the attack.
Yeah.
I offer you a queen exchange and hope that my ending is better. I don't know if that's true, but let's see what's happening.
Yeah.
And Queen G8, Rook G8 is the pawn there. Okay. The bishop in H6 is quite effectively saying to black that you cannot move the pieces. The rook is very hard to get out.
Yeah.
And you cannot move the h. You want to move the h pawn to h5, but that's not possible. And yeah, I don't know. Let's see. D4. It was threatened by the rook.
Exactly.
So now the bishop can get out. But black want to exchange the bishop. Bishop D5. Yeah. Let's see. Exchange that. Yeah, it's an interesting position, I think. I like black pawns in the center, but they're on black squares. I keep talking about the black squares and that. But the black bishop and the black squares, change that. I move it fast. All the games are starting to come to an end here, so I think I have to do this a bit faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. This is interesting and good. I think now white has got something. The black pawns are less coordinated, but still you the f6 pawn, of course, also is a weakness. It's probably something you can take. Let's see here. And now it's moving to there. Yes, he's wanting to. Okay. He took that, but that's interesting. I think you should not do that because that pawn is not going away. Let's see. Yeah. I shouldn't talk so much. They are better. They are better on chess than I am. I think white has done some good things here.
Yeah.
You see, the king is in the middle. The white rooks are also there.
Yeah.
Now the attack is quite tough. It's quite hard for black to find a safe haven for the king.
I mean, it just seems like it's about to be a bit of a disaster for black.
It can be that. I mean, it's very easy as to lose everything here. So okay, it plays that move. Okay, and rook e6, but that's not good. That's a normal. What do I miss here? Wait. King d6. No, that's very good. You see.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you try to take that one,
then you can take the other.
Then you just take the rook. So and so that's not anything special. But this must be the move that black missed, because now this is threatened and that's threatened. Yeah, he finds a small path, but I don't think it works. This, if let's say first, if you move that one, you can, and white's take, So
okay.
Yeah. So it's so. But that said, if you just defend it, and you move that, something else happened. That is been taken next move, and then just 2 pawns up and just winning the game.
Yeah.
So let's see. Rook e3, was that played? Yeah. All right. Yeah, it could be interesting. It's the same idea. Let's take and so, but that's a check, and with that, and you can't make a check. And the same thing happens here.
Yeah.
You get that pawn for free, and this is not so good. Let's see if we can get more. B4, okay. I think this is a good move.
Yeah,
You see,
exactly.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Can
and-
you defend here? No. No. This is sounds. It looks terrible.
Yeah.
E4. Rook F3. King B1. A7. Oh, check.
Okay.
Can you take that?
No. Wait. Yes.
He's taking that. Rook G1. Is it mate? Is
No.
it standard mate? You know.
Are you sure?
No, I know. I'm not sure at all. I don't know, but this is, you know,
Yeah,
a
I mean, ladder, yeah.
standard mate.
A ladder.
Ladder mate, exactly.
Oh, now it.
G7,
would be-
B8.
Oh, but you have to move the rook on.
Yeah,
the
you have
F5.
to do that first.
Yeah.
But you take that check first, and then you just take. No.
Oh.
What's happening?
Oh.
No, that must be wrong.
Yeah.
That is not wrong.
Oh, maybe
That-
they're just
that-
placing
that-
the squares back. Or,
Yeah, okay, exactly. This must have been the last move in the game.
Yeah.
Rook G8 must have been the decisive move, because of course the rook on F3 is falling in next move. Yeah, it's an interesting game. Now let's see here what we have. We have 3 draws on the top games. This is Jachim Nemec from Czech Republic mot Vignir from Iceland.
Yep.
Vignir is frequent guest.
Yeah, I met
So,
him. I met him in the Uppsala Chess Festival for a moment, and he seems really great.
Yeah, he's a great guy, and we have this time 3 Icelandic players. He is playing, and Hilmir, and also Alexander, one of the 3 Alexanders in this tournament. Hilmir has won this tournament, I think 4 years ago or something like that. He was he's a champion, former champion. And Hilmir and Vignir has played this tournament, I think 3 or 4 times, both of them. And also, as you said, they were in the Uppsala Chess Festival this summer.
Yeah.
So very nice guys, and coming back here, and I like them. They probably like Uppsala too, because they are coming back.
Yeah.
But you are from Iceland. Have you met them there?
No. My love for chess started while I was here in Sweden.
You started in Sweden.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I did manage to meet Vignir in the Uppsala Chess Festival, and it was absolutely wonderful to talk to all the Icelanders there.
Very nice. Here on 5, Sim van Dal. He was the last year's winner of this tournament. Played Edwin Trost. And it was a draw 2. Hilmir won his game today from Iceland. Let's see here. We looked at the Grandmaster Arjan Golami. We have Ludwig Karlsson from Sweden. Play against this 3rd Icelandic player. Let's see. We can take this fast through. Ludwig has played here so many times. He's from